Oh, hi, Andrew here. Today I would like to teach you how to find the height of a box if you know the length, the width, and the volume. So, how are we going to approach this? Well, we have to find a relationship between the length, width, height, and the volume of a box. So they're related via the formula of the volume equaling then, by definition, the length multiplied by the width multiplied by the height, right? That's the volume of a box. To find the height, then, algebraically, we would have to divide out the length and the width, right? Length times the width. So what that means now is that the height of the box, the height, I'm just going to move it on to the left side now, would be a function of the volume of the box divided then by the length of that box multiplied by the width. All right? Now I know these numbers don't look very nice, and they're not really numbers, they're kind of functions, right? Because they have an unknown. But the theory stays true. To find the height, you need to know three things. And we do know things about those three things. We know that the volume is this, the length is this, and the width is that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to plug it into the formula, right? 10x cubed plus 27x plus 2x minus 24. And that whole thing is now going to be divided by the length, which was 5x minus 4, times the width, 2x plus 3. Now, I know you're probably thinking, okay, that's great, but what the hell am I going to do from there? Yeah, good question. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look to see, we have to basically take this denominator and divide it into the numerator. I know I have functions. This is not going to, simplify kind of nicely in a way where I'm going to be able to cancel some things. So we're probably going to have to use the technique of long division of polynomials. So what I want to do then is I want to basically, let me just copy this. Why don't we make life easy? All right. So what I want to do then is I want to combine the denominator. All right. Why do I keep doing that? Sorry, it's my first day with this. I'm just kidding, even though it looks like it's my first day. What we need to do is we want to combine these two binomials into one kind of trinomial. All right. So the technique is you take this term, multiply it by the first term of the second binomial, right? That's 10x squared. You might know this by the FOIL name or by a different technique. I don't know. They call it so many different things. But then you're going to take those two, multiply them together. That's going to be a positive 15x. Then you're going to take negative 4 multiplied by the 2, so that's going to be a negative 8x. And then negative 4 times 3 is going to be a negative 12x. I notice I have like terms on in here, right? So I'm going to combine those. So that should be then a positive 7x. All right? So let's do positive 7. Positive 7x. Move that on in, make it look nice. And now here is our, problem, I guess, right? You got to take this numerator and divide into that numerator this denominator. So let's set that up in a long division form. Oh, bam. So here's the setup. We have now the numerator. We plug it on into the inside of this long division symbol. And then we have the denominator here, and we put that on the outside. All right. This is basically known then as the dividend, and this is the divisor. So the technique now is as follows. You're going to find the leading term, the highest coefficient term in your divisor. And you're going to figure out how many times that fits into the leading term of your dividend. All right. So you're going to do, and if you want more practice on this stuff, we have, like 50 videos on it. Check out our channel. Okay, and after you do the 50, I think you'll be totally fine with this. What we need to now do is figure out this division. So 10 divided by 10, that's obviously a 1. So you don't even have to write it, but and then you're going to take the x cubed divided by the x squared, right? You just simply subtract those exponents, essentially. So that just becomes x. So this is just x. Now you're going to take this, and that's the first value of your quotient. Okay, you're going to take it and put it in on the top here of your long division symbol. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take this term and you're going to multiply it now into each term of your divisor. All right. And so let's do that. X times then 10x squared is going to be 10x cubed. And if you did this properly, you should wind up with that same value. Okay. Then you're going to take the x and multiply it by the 7x, and that's going to be a plus 7x squared. And then you're going to take the x and multiply it by the negative 12, so that's negative 12x. Then notice here how I lined up the x cubes, the x squared, and the x's, all right? There is no other term here, so you can simply write in a 0 if you like. But now the most important part is that you have to subtract this term, all right, from the dividend. So basically what happens is you can think about distributing this negative term to each term on the inside of your parenthesis there. So basically just switch all the signs, right? If this is positive, make it negative. If this is positive, again, make it negative. All right, if this is negative, make it positive. This you can make negative, but who cares? It's a 0, right? So minusing or adding 0 doesn't really do anything. So you can just leave that alone. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to erase. There we go. Erase the negative sign on the outside. You can erase your parentheses. And now all you're going to do is combine these like terms. So what should happen if done correctly, these first terms should always cancel. Then you can do this math, right? So that's going to work out to be 20x squared. Do this math, that works out to positive 14x. And then this is just minus 24. Now this basically is your new dividend. So you're going to repeat the process. You're going to take this term, leading term, and figure out how many times it fits into the leading term here of your dividend. So that's going to be 20x now squared divided by 10x squared, and that just works out to be a 2, right? So that's the next thing, and it's a positive 2, right? So you're basically going to take 2 and add it, all right? That's the next value of your quotient. Then take the positive 2, and now you're going to multiply it into each term of your divisor. So 2 times then 10x squared should be 20x squared, and if you did that properly, again, these should be the same. Then 2 times then the positive 7x is going to be a positive 14x. And then the 2 multiplied by the negative 12 should be a negative 24. And now what you're going to do is you're going to then subtract, remember, this entire term. So all you're going to do is change all of the signs of the values. So if this was positive, make it negative. If this is positive, again, make it negative. Okay, boom. And if this is negative, make it positive. Now just combine the like terms. And we'll see you later, that cancels. Oh, wait a minute, we'll see you later, that cancels, and bye-bye now. So you're left with 0 remainder. And once you're left with 0, you know, not that the problem will always end with 0, but once you end with a value here of a term, anytime this remainder here is going to be the x value here, there is no x basically, but whenever this is like less than, if this were like, I don't know, pretend that this were like 3x, you'd be finished anyway. Because once the x, what the hell am I trying to say? I don't even know. What I'm trying to say is that whenever the power of x of your dividend is less than the leading power of your divisor, you're basically done. All right, this will then be your remainder. So in this case, I'm overcomplicating it, but it's 0, right? So I know I don't have anything left to do, but just in case the problem changed, and you kind of understood what I said, which I don't know if you did or not, but hopefully you did. Then you'll know it's over anyway. All right, just wrap it up, Andrew. Just wrap it up. So in any case, we're done. Now, the value of this quotient, that represents the height. And you found it. We're done. Thanks for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the support. We really, really, really do appreciate it. Thanks for telling all your classmates and whatever. You know, I really, from the bottom of our heart, thank you, thank you, thank you. I look forward to making more videos for you. Take care.